It's almost hard to believe this beautiful mom is a fugitive. The nationwide hunt for Chelsea Cullen continues. She's been on the run for nearly 2 years. Her smiling face is on this rogues gallery of the most wanted felons in the Atlanta area. Is she a serial killer? Is she a terrorist? Is she a bank robber? No, she's a preschool teacher charged with interstate interference with custody. Legalese for taking her toddler son out of the state. She claims the boy's father is so violent she had no choice but to escape.
If I had ended up dead, they'd all be asking, why didn't she leave?
But is this a case of a woman so scared she skips town with the kid? Or is it an elaborate plan to grab custody away from the father?
You don't poke the beast. You don't make him more mad.
From an undisclosed safe house, Chelsea tells our Atlanta affiliate CBS 46 she was in an abusive relationship with Michael Hambrick, the father of her little boy.
The countless stories that I've heard before of women who did not believe the threats and they ended up dead. And so many women that say, one more day, just one more day, I'll leave him tomorrow. And there's no tomorrow, they die.
A frantic Chelsea even repeatedly called 911, begging for help.
I'm physically afraid for my life and my son. I need you to come in now. I'm not kidding. Please hurry. My name is Chelsea Cullen.
Ma'am, you've already called on this.
I know that it's coming. I need help. Please don't hang up the phone. Please don't hang up. I'm begging you. I'm begging you.
She says no one believes her. Gwinnett County District Attorney Danny Porter says the truth is that Chelsea is a liar.
This is not a case of domestic violence. I don't know how many times I can tell you that. This is not. She is not telling the truth.
The DA says there's no evidence that Hambrick, a plumber, ever abused Chelsea or even threatened her.
I'm not claiming he's a Boy Scout. I'm claiming that she unlawfully took the child out of the state.
Hambrick has his own collection of mugshots going back several years. Arrests for disorderly conduct and battery on the mother of his first child. He pled guilty to battery and got 1 year probation. He denies everything Chelsea claims.
Has Michael ever harmed a woman before?
These are allegations that surfaced in the beginning of the litigation years ago that have been dealt with.
He's been arrested 3 times, and one of them is for domestic violence. And I'm sure you've seen these.
I have. These incidents Michael is not proud of.
She tells us she left in fear of her life.
That's interesting that you've spoken to her, because this young lady is wanted as a fugitive across the United States.
You've been in contact with a fugitive, and you've listened to this.
Her father, Ed Dill, describes how U.S. Marshals banged on his door looking for his daughter.
I heard a loud knocking on the door. I got up, threw on some clothes, grabbed my shotgun, opened the door, and there was an officer here and an officer out of sight.
The officers grilled Dill on Chelsea's whereabouts, but he said he had no idea where she could be.
Their initial conversation with me was, you know, we need to wrap this thing up. Chelsea's getting in deeper and deeper trouble. If we don't get this thing solved pretty quick, you know, we're not going to be able to help her. And I told him, I said, well, look, I can't help you. I don't know anything. I don't have any idea where she is.
Meanwhile, strike teams carried out synchronized visits spanning 4 states to Chelsea's friends and family. The DA says his office is working 24/7 to bring Chelsea in.
I even gave her my cell phone number, which is on 24 hours a day, and told her mother, have her call me and I will talk to her. And I will tell her what her options are. And at that point, I was perfectly prepared to go back in and litigate it if she would just come back and bring the child back.
Chelsea never called.
I don't like people spitting in my face.
In TV interviews, Hambrick claims he spent $200,000 desperately searching for Chelsea and their son.
If I were auditing him, it would raise the question of where did the money come from?
Vic Hartman was with the FBI's corporate fraud detail. He examined Hambrick's tax returns, which show a $16,000 loss.
So when you see him on TV saying, I spent $200,000 looking for my son, What goes through your mind?
Yeah, as an investigator, questions. How could that be?
So if Chelsea turns herself in or she's captured, what will happen?
She's going to be in an orange jumpsuit. She'll be in handcuffs. If I find out that her parents aided in it, they'll come back in orange jumpsuits.
With U.S. Marshals involved, taxpayers will now be footing the bill. Veteran criminal lawyer Bruce Harvey doesn't represent Chelsea, but has spoken to her by phone.
Don't we have something better to do?
Harvey says the hunt for Chelsea is a waste of manpower and looks more like the search for El Chapo than a former preschool teacher on the run.
It seems to me an abuse of resources when we have so much more to do.
Chelsea says she'll stay on the lam in her secret location, never returning to Georgia.
My biggest fear is that Michael finds me, because I really don't know what he would do.